Yeah.
Just going good. Set it off a little bit. So now I was telling you a story. So Shalom coming back. There was a guy telling me about a murder, right? And let's see what it says right here. All right. So before I get that, I'm gonna read this. Revelation 22:11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. So this guy came up and he told me a story. He could have been an Edomite, but it was about a murder that happened around here at Walmart. It's local news, so you know they can search it up.
Yeah.
So because the story started up like this. We have the same car model, right? But he was commenting on my color, the color of my car, which is smoke show gray, and he was like, "Oh, I love that color." So I'm a car guy too, and you know, and part of the truth is being human. So we started chopping it up. Long story short, he said that his car got a fucking the victim's car slammed into his car on the side panel, and he's trying to fix it. And then he explained the murder to me, and he told me like this: it was gang related, right? There was two guys in a Grand Cherokee, and one dude got blasted in his dome, and his gray matter went all over the side panel and the wheels, while his granddaughter was in the car. And then the other guy got blasted in the neck, and then he turned to the granddaughter and said they deserved it. So that's why I got that scripture. But also, she got delivered. But she's witness to that, so now she's, you know, she's seen the Lord.
Yeah. Traumatized, what they want to say, traumatized?
Traumatized, yeah.
Yeah. But still, the Lord still had mercy on that little girl, though. Because, you know, it could have gone worse, though, for that little girl, you know?
Yeah, she's right there kicking and eating her fucking Happy Meal. Boom! And bam, that shit happens.
And, you know, it's like, things, you know, you see a lot of things happening there, and you know, at that Walmart, things like that. But to be hearing, you know, that type of situation is like, oh shit, you know? Because, you know, sometimes I go even to that Walmart, you know?
The Lord spares you. He spares you. Man, he spares you. You know?
Yeah.
He spares you.
And we got the brother too that you know, does the work there too.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, not to put the brother's business out there, but hey, you know?
Yeah, he's spared. He's spared too.
Yeah. You know? So
amazing.
Yeah, like I said, his brother was telling me that, though. I'm like, what the real? All that happened though? Like,
yeah. And then we started talking about guns, and then he was like, "It's gonna get worse out here." So, you know, it was kind of prophetic. You know, we're approaching that time. Everybody knows about it.
Everyone knows that times are gonna get crazy. You know,
everybody's suffering that.
You know. But then you got Jake still out there. Fucking around, gang banging and shit, chasing women and shit, trying to have that, you know, fun loving spirit of just, you know, of mirth though, you know, which, you know, at the time of you know, like Sodom and Gomorrah, even in the time of Noah, that's what you know, people were doing though, you know, before the big destruction happened though, you know. And guess what? We're not any different when the times from before though, because that time of destruction is coming though, you know, and it's gonna be bigger. You know what I mean? You know the time of Noah, when it was though, you know how this, you know, the world was flooded though, you know, and in Sodom and Gomorrah, it was this is it. You know, you really think about it. This is I think about it, but this is it right here, you know. And it's gonna be a whole, you know, America's gonna be an altar though, man. It's gonna be a burnt, you know.
Like it's gonna be a grill.
Yeah.
Cooking sinners.
the two turds, you know, and these, you know, and Esau and these, you know, these heathens too, man. You know, they're gonna get all this stuff though happening though, you know.
But one thing's for sure is everybody's jaw is gonna be dropping. People everywhere, because what's happening in the so-called truth community. finding out that dudes like to get pegged.
Yeah. The other leaders, you know, like touching little kids, man.
Touching little kids.
Man,
That's
what kind
gross.
of shit is that? You know? And then the thing about it though is it's like, I mean, we don't follow these men, of course, though. But at the same time, they're still putting a bad rep to Israel, you know?
Because they're involved with teaching other guys. And who knows, you know, secret things happen. You know, who knows who he influenced. And now there's other guys out there teaching the truth the wrong way or in a crooked way, twisted way.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, though. You know, they do all that, though. They inspire these other men, though. But at the same time, though, people are still listening to this dude, though, man. He's still putting up some videos and shit like that. He saw looking for love or some shit like that. But the scriptures that says, don't forget your first love, which is the truth, man, which is his word, though.
Yeah.
So what the hell is this dude even talking about? He's your great high chief, though, high priest or whatever, and he's over here doing that type of shit, though, man.
And the scriptures keep coming alive.
Yeah.
He's just fulfilling what prophecy is supposed to be fulfilling. Like he's not really good. He's not really a what's it called prophet.
Because it doesn't say that there'll be time people coming in my name, though.
Yeah, false prophets.
False prophets, though. Which, I'll get that real quick.
So what do you think about people like that? And then and then those are the worst guys because they'll say, "Oh, GMS is a bunch of bums," and they'll say, "Oh," and then what's the one thing they say? "Oh, we're kitty touchers."
Yeah, well, everything that they were saying, though, you know, it happening to them.
Yeah.
You know?
You see how Bashim Shai works? I mean, he's an awesome power. You have to understand it and know who the fuck you're fucking with. You know what? It's like when I'm playing chess and somebody's way better than me, I quit right away. Because it's fucking, here I am winning games, and then this guy just fucking 2 moves and I'm like, fuck.
You already know.
It's already over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did I let that happen?
Yeah.
Well, it's to teach me a lesson. And then I have to always go back to the drawing board. And it's a challenge for me. I challenge myself to play a game of chess every day, and it's always like worries me. Because I don't want to make a mistake, because there's not no rankings. These guys could be badasses from anywhere. I just have to be on the top of my game. And sometimes I win, but it's like I'm 50%.
Yeah,
I have like 180 matches, and I only won 70 something.
Yeah. Hey, but practice makes, you know, it's
Makes me perfect.
perfect, though, you know? Perfect is, you know, so you got the 100%, though, you know?
That's right.
Which I get that, Matthew 24 and 4, it says, "And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you." 5, it says, "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." See?
Yeah.
And we'll be hearing about these things, though, you know? He will be saying, you know, what's going on right now with the what's that called, terrorists with Trump, though, with charging like 125% with China.
Shit.
You know? Starting up all this other shit, though, with these other countries, though, man, you know? And the thing is, though, is that it's going to come to a pass where, man, you know, NATO's getting tired of fucking of this guy.
Oh, yeah, they hate Trump.
Yeah, they're getting tired. They didn't. I think Turkey left, though, right? I believe.
And that fucking Larison from France.
What the hell's his name, though?
Marcon.
That's his name, though?
I don't know.
Some shit like that. Yeah. But
They
French,
hate
though,
him.
right?
Yeah, they hate
Yeah. And see, these are people that they're like in NATO, though, man. Well, that's prophecy right there, you know. They should hate the whore, right?
Yeah, they're also Edomites.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, though. So imagine all these countries, though, you know, as early as it is that Russia, North Korea, and all these other countries don't even like America, and so then you got the NATO not liking America either. So what do you think is gonna happen, though, man?
And the dollar is getting weaker by the minute.
Yeah, it is, though, getting weaker and weaker. You already got the BRICS, though.
Mm-hmm.
They're already like there, though. They're already official.
Oh yeah, and I did some research on who spends the most, who has the highest GDP. And I thought it was gonna be United States, but it's fucking India.
Oh no shit! I didn't know that.
And I was
India?
like, yeah, and that's the same reaction I had. So I was like, oh shit, don't they have the fucking rupee?
Yeah.
But they keep their currency legit, and they don't change a fucking thing. And now look at them.
That's fucking crazy.
And that's part of the BRICS.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Britain, no, I'm sorry. Brazil,
yeah.
Russia, India, China, South Africa.
Africa, yeah. That's the devil right there.
Yeah.
You want to put this little weight thing on it. Put it
Put it right here.
yeah.
Tie it right there.
Put the weight though right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here you go. Just in case it falls. Or
There you
you know
go.
what? You can put it like that. Put a weight though right there.
Put it way down.
Yeah.
And they are like, we don't want to spend $1 anymore. We don't want you paying me in the dollar. We don't want $1.
Exactly though, because that petrodollar, man, is losing its real value though, you know? Because in reality, if you look at it, it is just a piece of paper though, you know? It don't got no, what the fuck are you gonna do? Watching that movie, I Am Legend, I believe he was just like seeing the money on the floor and shit like that, you know? And it was just like, that's how it's gonna be though, you know? That's how it's gonna be though, where a time where you're gonna see hundreds of dollar bills though on the ground, the money though, and you're not gonna be nobody picking those shits up or nothing like that.
It's gonna be worthless.
Yeah. So hey, you know the spirit. We just talk about the end times though, man. What prophecy was going on, you know? Because that was with the brother in earlier.
Yeah.
Hey, that's enough to prompt camp though right now, you know? Because hey, man, all these things that's happening right now. Come on, we gotta talk about it though, you know?
Yeah, I didn't even ask that dude to come up to me.
Because he came up to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how people are with me. Like anybody, like finance ladies, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Who's playing a joke on me?
Yeah.
And I'm like looking for a fucking candid camera.
Or someone holding the phone up.
Yeah,
or something,
but they're just trying to tell me something, you know. And they told me that news, and I was like, that's pretty fucking awesome. Well, I didn't say that was pretty fucking awesome, but I think it is pretty prophetic.
Yeah.
And I didn't. The brother already had a lesson.
Yeah. Hey, but this, like I said, this story there, I think that's probably a camp lesson right there, you know, because that is exciting though, you know? That is exciting though, because what do you tell you though? That's only gonna get worse.
It's only gonna get worse.
And guess what? We want it to get worse though. So prophecy could come in hand though, you know?
Get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, exactly though, because you don't want to be here. I don't want to be here another week though here. Who the fuck wants to still be here another, you know?
I mean, who the fuck wants to work?
Exactly though, you know? Who the fuck wants to wake up every morning to work and shit, you know?
You gotta fight yourself every goddamn day.
Yeah. Sometimes you wake up, you got back pain or your leg hurts or something though.
Or you go to sleep with back pain, you wake up with back pain.
Yeah. And guess what though? You know, the prophets always talking about the destruction that about to happen though, you know? Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Isaiah.
Everybody.
Everyone talked about the destruction, the woes though, you know? Everyone did though. But when we do it though, right?
Oh, you
It's a
guys
problem.
are hate crime.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking Antifa.
Get the fuck out of here though, man.
But that's good that they say that. You know what I'm saying? When men revile you, blessed are ye when men revile you.
Because we want that, because we know if you're doing something though, that means we're doing something though, you know?
Yeah.
Like the elder from South Carolina, he made a video about that Judge Joe Brown, how he talked about us though, Israelites though. That what did he say? What the hell did he say? He said like, the elder had a point, because it's like no matter what, that we're still being talked about, you know? Like even you got this fucking old bottle talking about us though, you know? And that's prophecy though, you know? That's prophecy though. So therefore, even if we know his old ass is fucking pretty much talking shit on us though, but at the same time, he's having R in his mouth though, you know?
And what about that woman that had the dream about Apostle Tahar? He was giving a seminar, and people were just rushing in.
Yeah.
Sitting down.
And the ones that couldn't or didn't sit down, they were dead.
That's what famine was worth.
Yeah, which I'll get a precept. Yeah.
You see, that's the thing about the spirit. It's like, how would that guy know I was going to be here at that time? And then the spirit told me to leave. So I was sitting there talking to my woman, and I said, I'm going to leave. Take the car.
in that time too. And it does, like I say, you got here earlier, you know, and you got it earlier. So I got a precept. So Ezekiel 3:26 it says, "And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth. Thou shalt be dumb, and thou shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith Lord Power, he that heareth, let him hear, and he that forbeareth, let him forbear, for they are a rebellious house." And that's the thing about it, though. There's going to be a time, which is prophecy too, like I said, the famine of the word, that we're not even going to have the YouTube, or we're not even going to be able to come out here, though, because it's too fucking hectic. Because like I said, it was only going to get worse.
That dude just ran up to that motherfucker, and that little girl was watching the whole time. So that means that they're doing work. The dirty deeds are being done.
Oh yeah, which that's another one too. What's it say? The people's hearts are waxing worse and worse. Which Yahweh should prophesy that, you know? Which I'll get it real quick.
Not even. Damn, this kid's right here.
Cause he saw her, right?
Yeah. I can't do this in front of this kid. That guy straight looked at her and said, "They deserved it." So what does that mean? That means that men are taking matters into their own hands.
Oh yeah.
More priests, more prophecy.
Yeah, right. Because it said that they're not gonna what's it called? In Ezra, right? Second Ezra, right? 15, I believe 15 or 16. But I'll look the which other one where it talks about the wax, people's hearts wax are getting colder and colder, and that was what happened there. Yeah, so it's 20 actually Matthew's 24 and 11. We're gonna get 11 first though. Well, 12 actually. And it says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." You know how people have that saying, that was cold-hearted what he did though. But that was just prophecy of what's happening though, you know? Because this is the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, which it talks about the prophecy that Yahweh Shai told to the disciples about what's gonna happen before the end times, though, you know, with the end times to come, you know, and that was one too.
So I got a precept for you, brother. It says in 2 Ezra 15 and 19, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." That's smoking.
See, well, his brother, man, he didn't give a shit. He just straight smoked dude, though, man.
Just told that little girl they deserved it.
Yeah. That little girl was all scared and shit, not even knowing what the hell's going on.
She's probably still fucking scared.
Yeah.
Who knows if she slept?
I doubt she slept that night, though.
I doubt she has good sleep patterns.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you know, a lot of people, because even I speak for myself, I go to that Walmart sometimes over there, you know? And, you know, then I don't see like things like that to happen though, but I know there's gonna be a time, there's gonna be a time where you're gonna see people getting shot up. You're gonna see dead bodies though. I mean, look what happened at the Dominican Republic. I don't know, that rooftop that fell on all those people, and they said it's like 200 right now. They're counting, I believe, the bodies though.
All current.
So imagine you're over here partying though.
Somebody else's wife. That's probably what happened. Dead niggas everywhere.
All kinds. Because when I put the video, that's with a video that I put up, it said 98 dead. But then I checked today, it said over 200 or 200 or more. So it's like, oh god damn. So they're finding more dead people and shit. And it goes to show too that there were some celebrities from the Dominican Republic that were there, and they died though. Two baseball players.
Celebrities are always known to do witchcraft, right? Come on, stop lying to yourself.
Hey, the Most High just had them at the perfect time, the perfect spot to gather up though and judge them all at that one time.
And that has to happen, and then the brother will report it, and then we'll break it down. I can't.
Exactly.
There's your news feed.
Yeah. Because when I was working and everything, one of the older ladies, she was all like, see those people right there, right? That died in that place. She was all like, they don't got time to church, right? But when a celebrity comes around, oh, they got time for dude though. So she kind of in the spirit was like saying, well, what do you expect?
What do you expect?
You know? And that was through the spirit. I was like, damn, this older lady knows kind of.
That's a joke because no innocent perish.
No one perishes to be innocent.
No one that's innocent shall perish.
Yeah. And she said that, and I was like, yeah, there you go. You know?
See, so Yahweh Shem Yahushai is speaking volumes prophetically through all the prophets, mostly Apostle Tahar and Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Bakar, and everybody down through us. And then he uses strangers too. He uses everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody is free from this.
Nobody. So which is a scary thing, man.
Nobody's safe.
Nobody. That's why when we watch the movies Final Destination, which new one's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Hey, when I was younger, I was like, man, you know what? This movie scares me than the Freddy Kruegers and the Jasons and the Michael Myers because
There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
It's your final destination.
like you know, like the people right in that movie, like they know they see all this shit, so they put two and two together. They're like, oh shit, I'm next. So that's a scary thing, man. To know the fact that your friend died from, and not just died though, but it died judged judged horribly. And then it's like this next person got judged horribly. That's how you people gotta think about it, man. You guys gotta look at it like Final Destination though. If you don't do something, you're judging this person, that person, you could be the next person in line to get judged though. And that's how you gotta look at this thing though, man, because, well, what's it say in the scriptures, you know? The beginning of wisdom is to fear the Most High, you know? The thing is, you gotta fear the Most High though, because those people that died in Dominican Republic, they you know, damn well, they didn't fear.
Oh, and they're probably Christian too. That's why they don't fear. That's why you silly Christians don't fear Yahweh. You don't fear God. You say, why should I fear him? He's all love.
Yeah.
Well, Isaiah 45:7.
Yeah. You want me to get it real quick?
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah. What was it, 45:7?
45:7. Because that will tell you right there what's going on. And then, not only that, let's talk about Exodus 15:3. Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. What the fuck do you respect
I guess they don't read that.
Now, look at how these people died though. When you look at somebody dead, let's say, I'm gonna give you an example. You're gonna figure this out real quick. 97-year-old grandma found dead with a smile on her face and a picture of her grandchildren in her bed. She died peacefully. Blah blah blah. What do you think? She's good. And then they give you another one. 25-year-old Hispanic male with his brain shot out on the street with a bag of fucking garbage, fentanyl, laying on the side of the street. What are you gonna do?
Oh, like, oh shit, you know? Hey,
Oh, he deserved it.
yeah, I was gonna let me get that real quick. Isaiah 45:7, it says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. Which is Lord in caps though, the Most High, do all these things. See?
He does everything.
So that woman died in peace.
Yes, sir.
But then that guy, which even goes into bad times, that was his bad time.
But he ain't gonna have no good time.
Yeah.
Trying to fight death off.
How are you gonna do that though, man? This ain't no fucking what's that movie though? With the Keanu Reeves though? Was it Billy and
Time Machine?
Yeah,
Bill
that.
and Ted's Time Machine?
Yeah.
Excellent Adventures.
Yeah, there you go. That one. Yeah. They even made a cartoon of it though. Yeah. They're over there fucking playing.
Having excellent adventures.
Yeah.
Not reading the Bible, man. You'll have an excellent adventure ignoring the word.
Yeah. So you know that there's a scene where they're all, we'll play your game, Def, and they're all playing Twister, they're all playing chess, and they end up beating them. But guess what? You can't beat Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai.
He's still gonna die.
Yeah, no matter what though. It ain't now or never, because when I was younger, I watched this movie called Lovely Bones, right? I don't know if you've ever seen that with the serial killer. It's about a serial killer, right? That, he's, like kind of like Jeffrey Dahmer though, but without the eating part. Kidnaps and kills the woman, the kids and shit, right? So anyways, time goes by though. He's an older man, right? He's an older man, and they're by like a bar by some cliff though, and he's already old, right? This serial killer's already old, and he tried to hit up on this chick though, and this chick was like, whatever though, So he was like, all right, you know. So he stepped back and he slipped and he fell. And then you can see him going down. He broke his neck and boom, 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 boom. So then, you know, everyone's like, yeah, you know, like his ass got judged though, you know. But the thing about it though is, hey, the thing with Jeffrey Dahmer too, right? They say that he became a Christian before they executed him, or before he got killed, I mean. But the thing is though, it's like, it's so easy to go to Christianity though, right? They said, oh, the same day he got baptized is the same day they killed the other, that other serial killer. The clown, the Bozo the Clown guy.
Shit, Bozo.
Yeah, when he got executed, Bozo the Clown, that's the day Jeffrey Dahmer became a Christian.
How weird.
Exactly, right? So it's like, what the fuck is it with? No, man, your ass is gonna get judged though, man. How can you have a Jeffrey fucking Dahmer and then it's fucking stupid ass Jake, right? Try to compare Jeffrey Dahmer with the Apostle Paul, saying the Apostle Paul, well, he was killing, he was doing all this and that.
No, he wasn't.
But it's like, Apostle Paul did it. What works did Jeffrey Dahmer did?
I'll tell you right now. Let me tell you, he baited little Filipino boys into this room, and he drilled a hole in their head and
Jake?
had sex with them.
Yeah, Jake.
And then he did all kinds of crazy stuff to them. So what did Paul do? Well, Paul was fulfilling the law. He was a Pharisee of the Pharisee, and he wasn't killing anybody. He was fulfilling the law because what is the law? The law is punishable by death. You break the law, you know.
Yeah.
Sin is the wages of death is the wages of sin.
Yeah. Because it says in scripture that what he was doing, he really believed in that.
Yeah, he really did believe in it.
Yeah, he really
Not
did
like
believe.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer fantasized about it.
Yeah.
And then why did he regret it? But Paul did regret it too. But he still went out there. And he still went out there.
Yeah, because it says in Corinthians that he had that thorn in his flesh though, but he knew that was something that he had to deal with though. But he said that's not an excuse, so he'll be out there doing the work though, you know?
Doing the work, yeah. And he was in Ephesia for 17 years or 20 years. It says it in the letters, and I was reading it, and I was like, what the fuck is...
And he was just not even there,
He
but
put it down. So he didn't do any murders. He was fulfilling the law, because if you break the law, you have to be killed. What happens if you're an adulterer? You know, you get fucking stoned.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. So it was like he's gonna know, but if this guy's over here, this guy's known to
Rape kids.
and all that other shit. Well, man, fuck, it's as punishment is stone. You're gonna pick up the biggest stone you could probably see though, fine, and throw it at him. Well, he's guilty for that. Well, fuck that, you know.
And you guys forget the scriptures.
And that's the thing though. So that stupid ass Jake to try to compare his ass, hopefully his ass gets judged though. With Jeffrey Dahmer, with the Apostle Paul, what works did Jeffrey Dahmer do though? The books of cannibal, like, you know, he wasn't a man of the Lord because his ass got killed by a Jake. You know?
Yeah, that was judgment.
Yeah, that was.
It's all judgment. So what do you think is going to happen when people start taking the MOTB, the potato chip?
And we're out here telling you,
Don't do it.
don't do it though, and that's what we're saying though. Like, it's gonna come a time past where we're not gonna be able to do this.
And that's what that man meant by it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
It's going to get fucking way worse, because only people will have that. I don't give a fuck anymore. Right? Have the chip. Only people that have the fucking chip are going to be able to eat. So if you don't have a chip, you're going to be robbing those motherfuckers that do have a chip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You ain't safe though. You ain't
They're
safe.
going to be looking at you like this, like in the fucking Judge Dredd movie, when they're looking at Taco Bell, people eating Taco Bell, and they're just fucking scamming it and waiting for them to come out, and then they'll rob you.
yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go to the grocery store, beep, and they're gonna rob you. And they're gonna keep you alive and torture you because you have that shit.
Yeah, exactly though. They're probably gonna cut your hand or something though, and try to use it to do type of shit like that though, you know. Which I got a precept right here because Isaiah 65, where it talks about here you go. Isaiah 65 and 13, it says, "Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed." See? So we don't gotta worry about if you're of the elect though, you don't gotta worry about eating or drinking though, man. You know, because the Most High will provide you with something. Yeah. So that's the thing though, because when you come into this truth though, do the work though, and guess what? Everything else gets taken care of though. You don't gotta worry about the food, you know, and things like that though. You don't gotta worry about where the next drink though. Because look at Elijah. You know, many other people too though. You know, like Elijah. You know, the what is it? We're talking about the ravens that brought him food though. But it was the birds that brought him food. You know, and in Matthew the 6th chapter it talks.
Baruch brought Daniel food.
Was it Habakkuk? Oh yes.
Or Habakkuk,
Habakkuk?
yeah.
Yeah.
Habakkuk brought Daniel food.
Yeah.
The angel grabbed him by his fucking hair.
yeah. And because it says though he gave him food though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And in Matthew the 6th chapter, I believe it talks about if you're Yahweh Shema Shai servant, the birds eat though. If the birds eat though, what makes you think you're not gonna eat either though? In other words.
Yeah, so you're not even paying attention to the scriptures.
Yeah. Because you know we live in America where people say you gotta eat 3 times a day. Yeah. 4 times a day. Yeah. They gotta eat everything right now. Everything fast though. You know these Americans want everything fast though. Right now.
But you know what? It's actually healthy for you if you only eat maybe once.
Yeah, because other times your body's
doing its thing.
Yeah.
Heating up all the fat, burning up all the bad cells. But you don't let your fucking body do the things that it's supposed to.
Exactly though.
It's called disease, right? Because a Christian, there's the Hebrew Israelite church, right? And then there's a Christian church. Well, right now in the Hebrew Israelite church, it's getting purged. People are finding out fucking guys. What's his name? Lahana, the boy toucher.
Yeah.
Fucking homosexual. That's what it is. But he's actually a faggot because he hit it. You know, I'll have more respect for a sissy. Yeah, than some guy acting tough.
Yeah. In general, having his fucking guys doing push-ups and
motherfucker, you do push-ups, man. You look like you need to do push-ups.
Yeah.
And all you people that follow him, man.
How stupid can you be?
I can't believe you.
Yeah.
But you guys are the same people talking shit. Busta Hard, like some police.
Talking shit, man. And look at what comes out though, you know?
That's what you fucking get.
That's good though, man. That's good though. Everything's coming out though, you know?
It's coming out roses, baby.
Yeah, and that's the thing though that, you know, with Sakari, head leader, you know, and then this guy, it's beautiful, you know? That everything's coming out though, coming to light though, you know?
And the only thing you can say is brothers that follow GMS and GMS are legit. Because what happens when there's a bad seed in GMS, they get purged.
Sticking out.
They get kicked out.
Yeah, you get kicked out. Apostle Tahara said there's more brothers getting kicked out than brothers coming in, you know, at one point, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the truth though, you know, Apostle Tahara, when he says something, he means it though, you know?
And that's the beautiful part about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He won't put you in a place where you don't belong. If there's someone taking up that place, he'll take that motherfucker out and say, no, this is Markab's place. You know, it's that simple. He's just warming it up for you. All right, there you go.
Go ahead. And it's just the spirit though that just gravitates you to come though, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just how it works in the spirit though, you know? You can't just come out here you're not out here job applications so what's up with this? Nah, you don't qualify, you do qualify. Like it's nothing to do with that, you know?
And you have to suffer.
Oh, definitely suffer.
You have to suffer.
Yeah. And that's the thing though, because when it comes to, you know, like we're talking about end times though, right? You know how you said the guy said that times are gonna get worse. Guess what? We're like in Jacob's trouble, like a foot in Jacob's trouble, and it's just and it's gonna get worse and worse and worse.
Fucking worse.
You know, it's gonna get worse. They're talking about the rent and shit getting more higher though. You know, it's expensive, gas, to everything though. You know, and that's just the squeeze within people that. You know, it's just making it hard though, you know?
Yeah, gas is $5 at where I work at now.
Yeah, you see, even right here at the fast food right here is supposed to be cheap. It's like $4.17.
Still pretty expensive.
Yeah, might as well just to go back in town and pump gas right there where I live, you know.
So
it's like,
the ideal way the tariff's supposed to work is, I'm gonna make you pay for that. You're gonna know, and then they'll be like, no, you pay for that, and then they'll be like, well, I'm not making any money. He's not making any money. Forget the tariffs. Let's just make money. And that's what these people are all about, making money. But what a holy righteous man is about Yahweh Shai's truth. That's it. Like the whole time I was sitting at work, I was just thinking about, am I gonna get off in time for church?
yeah.
You know?
And that's the spirit to be in, though, you know. That's the spirit to be in, though, you know. So he said, I was already coming over here, and I was like, nah, bro, I'm already coming out if you can.
I'm ready right now.
Yeah.
That's
exactly what the brother told me, though. And I was like, well, I'm on the way. I should get there like at 5:30, though, you know.
Yeah, man, that was that one.
Yeah, and that was it. We're here, though, but hey, that's what matters, though, you know. Like, it's just the fear that has in you that's supposed to
it's
have
fear
to
of the
man.
Lord. So this is what happens in my head. My wife's talking, or anybody's talking, my boss or whatever. Yeah, I'll hear what they're saying, but I'm thinking about how about Shem Yahushai. I'm thinking about doing His work, and He's taking care of me by allowing me to listen to key points, so that I don't fuck up the whole whole fucking job. And this Jake lady, she caught me. She's like, young man, is everything okay? And I was like, oh, I was just reading this question. You know? Because people are watching you. Like they're watching General Yohana. Now they're watching him even closer.
Yeah. Now they got eyes on them. Like,
But the thing is, this is bad publicity. Vocab Malone is having a field day.
Oh, yeah, I bet he is, though.
He's loving it.
He's rubbing his hands like Birdman, though, you know? Like that, like somewhere in the Cubs going like this, though. But you know what? To be honest with you, you don't even hear about vocab, though. Who gives a shit about it? You know, about vocab. Like, you know, Apostle Tahar said, he needs us more than we need him. We don't give a fuck about him, though. Who the fuck was this guy? This guy started getting popular when he started talking about the BHIs.
And then he got corrected, and now he says Israelites.
Yeah. But I bet he's just being a demon, though, you know?
Remember, who was the first dudes that tried to get with him? Sakari.
Sakari was trying to, yeah.
Yeah, they had to sit down. They were sitting at a fucking bench or whatever. They were all chit-chatting. They got up and they shook hands. I said, get the fuck away.
Yeah, and I remember, too, he even had to sit down with Hazad, though. Yeah, about that, what is it, I think Deuteronomy 23 or 7, though, not to abhor Edom or something like that. But because, Hazad did break it down to him correctly, but it's like, what the fuck you doing with this guy right here, man?
Yeah, but Hazad got it from GMS.
Yeah, the clerical error that happened, though. Yeah, he learned from the elders, though.
Ain't nobody gonna sit there with the fucking Bible trying to figure things out by themselves.
No, you gotta learn, though.
Yeah. You motherfuckers are crazy. Talking about, I had a conversation with God today when I was drinking my coffee. First of all, let me tell you like this. I had a conversation with God. I was like, you know how that was? Terrible. You know why? Because I couldn't fucking hear myself think. He's so fucking loud that you have to throw yourself on the fucking ground and ask for mercy so that you can hear what he's fucking saying. It's like a bullhorn in your fucking... Just imagine a bullhorn at maximum value. And that's how it sounds. It's like it bounces around in your skull and then you fucking throw yourself down.
Yeah.
Because what was happening is my little brother was being possessed. And I was like, what's going on? And he couldn't tell me. He was talking to someone else in the room. And then I was like, man, help me. I said Jesus because at the time I was Catholic. And then he possessed me. And I was Yahushua. And he called me a joke. So that, you know, he's not nice. You know? He ain't no fucking fun guy. Not now. Well, he will be when he gets his revenge.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're gonna be sipping on some palm wine, talking about, remember when you were so mad at me?
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of it, though, you know, because that's also prophecy too. When the kingdom comes, you're gonna drink the wine with the elect, though, man, and you have a good old time, though, you know.
So if anybody ever tells you that they had a conversation with God and their ears are not bleeding and they don't look like traumatized, don't fucking believe it. This dude that came up to me was like,
oh, shit.
Now, fuck yeah, that's my Edomite. Or he might not have been an Edomite. But that's how I like to see anybody that comes up to you. That says he didn't even say he believed in God, because he was ignoring every time I would
Trying to say,
throw God in there. Yeah, God, Lord, bless you. He was not having it.
So he was a carnal man. He's a carnal man. He's a carnal man.
But he was scared because that's the Lord's work right there.
Sometimes the Most High has to do something to get people like, oh shit, you know.
And the one thing he's gonna do is he's gonna feed us. Like you said, he's gonna feed us.
Yeah.
Hey, I eat pretty good.
Yeah.
I only eat about once a day, but when I eat pretty good.
That's all you need in reality. Like I said, though, just one price and that's it. Not 3 or 4 times a day, though. You're just stuffing yourself.
If you're at work and you're busting your ass and you're hungry, you eat.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Because you're expending energy.
Yeah.
But you're fucking sitting at home eating Cheetos, you ain't doing shit.
Just getting fatter and fatter, though. Yeah. Because in the job before I had to eat, though, because I was just busting my ass, though, you know. And it is true because you're burning a lot of calories and energy, though, you know. So you go back to work and you haven't ate, and you're gonna be all, you know, messed up, though, you know. But that's the thing about it, though, man. You can't make the food into an idol, though, you know. And that's the thing about it, though, man. And guess what? We live in a time where, man, everything's an idol, though. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally, everything's an idol. The woman, the music, though, the food.
Especially the fucking woman.
Yeah.
Piece of shit woman, man. Like,
yeah.
And I'm not saying our women are pieces of shit. They might not be the best, but that's what he set us up with. But these other women, like, fuck, man, they be looking like a fucking duffel bag full of trash. Talking about they look sexy.
Right. If I was to hard they look like Daffy Duck without the yeah.
Fucking feathers all fucking blown up to hell.
Yeah.
I got a precept.
Go on.
John 7:31. And many of the people believed on him and said, when Hamashiach cometh, will he do more miracles than these which this man hath done? So it's a miracle to see people witness how ferocious God is, how fierce Yahweh is. Because as I quoted it, he is a man of war.
Yeah. Can I get this picture real quick?
Please do.
Amos 3:6, it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? They're afraid. Shall there be evil in the city, and the Most High, they see the Lord, it's just capstone, have not done it? See? And there was evil in that city, though, that day.
And I think that's why Yahushua loved John so much, because John was afraid all the time.
Yeah. With all this what he saw and things, like, you know. But I can imagine too being you know, seeing all the visions, though, you know, from the lake of fire, what he saw, all the things, so, you know, like, oh shit, especially the lake of fire, man.
And Yahushua is supposed to love this guy.
Right? Yeah.
That's his favorite apostle.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is. We're all traumatized in this world. You know, I'm sorry. He's sorry. When we get to drink wine, we'll laugh.
Exactly. But rough times, tough times make you strong too.
Stronger.
Makes you stronger, though.
Shit.
You know?
I can tell you right now, I had a rough life. But it's okay, because you know why? If you take a look at it from the point of view of, I had to punish this kid. You know, he's not being good right now. And who knows, maybe that little girl that was witnessing all that, maybe she was going to be the next fucking crime boss of the world.
You never know.
Who knows what she was fucking thinking?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what she's thinking now. She can't stop thinking about that fucking brains coming out.
Yeah.
Because when you hear that gun pop, it fucking frightens you.
Yo, you get like startled, like
Startles you.
Yeah.
She might have fucking spilled the whole fucking soda all over the... She might have choked on something.
Yeah. Because you said the brain matter landed on the car, so that guy talked. He was close.
And if she
like
wasn't...
front seat.
Yes, sir. And if she wasn't looking at him getting blasted, she heard the brains hit the car.
Yeah, something landed on the... Like sound like birds should landing on the car. But louder, of course, you know, like that noise and boom,
It's
happening.
fucking crazy
oh,
story.
Shit, what the fuck?
Crazy.
And then seeing it, though.
That little fucking girl seen that shit.
And him saying, told her, you know, he deserved that. That's more than enough right there to traumatize, you know, not even just a little girl, anybody, though, to be honest with you, especially a woman, though.
I I can't even stand to look at a dead dog or a dead cat on the street. I can't even stand to look at that. Just imagine this fucking kid seeing two motherfuckers get blasted
That's what I'm saying.
and
though.
one dude bleeding out.
Like shit that you see in movies, though, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But we're so like used to it. It's in a movie. We're not prepared for it when it happens in real life.
Real life, yeah, I was gonna say that.
It's a real serious thing. I mean, that's a thing that changes your fucking mind and it changes who you are. It's called epigenetics. So epigenetics is when an episode happens in your life and it gets passed on to the next generation. So they did a study where these Iranian women were pregnant and their baby was listening the whole time. They were always like, run, hide. They were always scared. So the babies all came out quiet. Nobody ever seen them, but they were there.
Oh no shit.
They learned the traits to keep themselves safer.
Oh,
Not being
okay,
known.
yeah.
Because of the parents constantly saying, oh, watch out for this, blah, 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 blah. Imagine that. So this kid got changed. For real. Got changed literally.
yeah.
Now she's
crazy.
gonna be telling her fucking kids and family, you gotta be safe.
Yeah.
be
She's
this.
gonna be this.
That dude wasn't smiling at all, man.
These probably eyes open and brain.
Maybe
matter.
that's why he didn't want to talk about God, because he's mad at him.
Yeah, because he has to deal with the,
His car got fucked up.
and then he has to traumatize with a granddaughter or daughter.
Traumatized granddaughter.
Then he has to deal with emotions
And now the police are trying to talk to her because she's the only witness.
Damn.
That's fucking insane.
And he probably feeling guilty, like, man, I had to take her that day on that time to Walmart.
How to leave her in the car by himself.
Yeah, you know, he's probably blaming himself. So
Yeah,
when it comes down to it, he's probably hating. You know, I hate God, you know.
He's feeling it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to feed off of that, but that's how it is. He's feeling it. He's feeling how powerful God is. How powerful Yahweh Shem Yahweh is, right?
Yeah.
And maybe he kind of hates him too. Why'd you do this?
Exactly, though. Because we know that, you know, when it comes down to it, though, like if he was a man of the Lord, we would be like, oh shit, like we understand why this guy, you know, killed, judged, though, things like that, though, but he's spiritual, so that should stick it to him every day, all day. So, like, you know, who knows when?
And she ran into the fucking In-N-Out, screaming, talking to her grandma. He wasn't even there. It was the grandma who fucking.
Oh, she's the one that.
But it's his car.
Yeah.
See what? There's a whole thing going on, a dynamic. He's probably hating the woman. He's hating everything. He's hating his daughter. Why you send a kid over there to have it?
Yeah.
I don't got a car no more.
Yeah.
He probably lost his job. That shit is hard. My shit was fucked up in the front just a little tiny bit. And it was $7,000. Imagine this guy.
Yeah. God damn, that's crazy.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But it's intense and it's surreal. But that's how God opens your eyes. That's how Yahweh Bashim Yahushai opens your eyes. Because look at General Yohana.
And you guys' eyes don't. If their eyes ain't open, then I don't know what the fuck to tell dudes then, you know?
Then that's a bunch of fucking Hebrew Israelites that don't know a fucking thing.
Yeah, they don't fucking come
clowns.
on, though. Yeah, exactly though. Because what got me into the truth, what pushed me more into the truth was
How
the
tough they
pandemic.
were. Yeah.
It was the pandemic that I was like, oh shit, there's nothing like this has ever happened in the world.
It's time to get done. It's time to get in.
Yeah, so it was like, damn, you know? So that's where I started coming in more, intrigued more, and learning more. I'm like, oh, it's this why it happened. This is why.
That's called the quickening.
Yeah, it's quickening, yeah.
He'll put it in you, and then you'll get up, and you'll be like, shit.
Gotta get on to that, you know?
Get on it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, though. So for dude, though, to see that and everything, though, and you at least try to tell him to speak, you know, and he's not getting it, though. But I mean,
Oh, he's hating. He's hating life right now.
yeah.
But loves my car.
But that was the spirit, though, that conversation even happened with the brother and dude, though, you know?
Intense too.
Because that's pretty intense. Because I was telling the brother about the situation that happened in Madera at the CVS pharmacy, and they were about to close too. I believe this happened like around 8 or 9. You know, the time they're gonna close.
You're already thinking I'm gonna go home and have me beer and sex.
Something though, you know. And the guy drove literally an hour just
Blasted.
that specific CVS in that specific. I guess, you know, the pharmacist, though, shot him, and then he looked at the camera and shut the camera to them. And then his I forgot what his excuse was. I forgot what it was, though, but it was like, damn, you know? And people are still wondering why him, why that? Why'd he drive an hour to that specific CVS before they closed, though, you know? And it's just things like that, you know?
Well, you come to the right place, buddy, because we got an answer for you.
Cause dude that got killed, we don't know, dude, you know? He's smiling in his pictures, he looks like a nice guy, but looks could be deceiving. Who knows what the fuck he was really doing? Like his brother said earlier, you don't perish dying innocent, man.
Just imagine you're a rooster. And every day I go out there and I make you do exercise. And then I take you to another rooster. You're gonna fight that rooster, and then because of all those exercises, you're gonna be victorious. Well, that dude that was in Madera with his gun, he was training for that. He just didn't know he was training for that.
Yeah.
He's such a badass on the street, perhaps. A fucking big tough guy. Yahweh was like, all right, let me use you.
No, you know what he was he looked like Issachar, but he looked one of those nerdy Issachars, though, like
Those
games that
dangerous ones.
Yeah, like one of those nerds, you know, the ones that
Right, to put you on a fucking list.
Yeah, those guys. That's what he reminded me of, you know.
Oh, remember in 7th grade when you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna look up a picture of guys real quick.
But it's crazy because we would never suspect a person like that. He's a nerd. Everybody that hangs out with him, well, he might not even have had no fucking friends. Who knows? But that's the beautiful part about it. He's not gonna take.
Look how bugged out he looks.
Doesn't even have eyes.
Yeah. You see, look at that's the part of the time where he shut the camera. Look right there. But look how he looks though. Give me that type of.
He's possessed.
Yeah, look how he looks though.
That's a crazy look.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
See, they call him because they said his motive was they call him the Madera. They call him the Walgreens killer. He had a grudge against large pharmacies though.
Who knows? Somebody in his family might have been sick.
They didn't give him the prescription or something though. But you see, like, that's the thing about it. He's a spirit of vengeance, which I was gonna get right now too. Unless you got something right now.
No, go ahead.
Because the book of Sirach 39 and 28, it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. And guess what? A spirit, this brother said, that possessed dude though, to go and do that and kill dude at the pharmacist at the CVS though, you know? Because that guy that shot him was a spirit of vengeance. You know, so was Michael Myers and your Jason. So
I got a precept for you. This is 1 Kings 11 and 14. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. He was of the king's seed in Edom. So he'll raise up the perfect adversary for you. This is a king for a king.
Yeah.
A clown for a clown. A prophet for a prophet.
Yeah.
Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is a balance.
Exactly though.
So that person that was just as crazy that shot that pharmacist was just as bad.
Exactly. You think the shooter was bad? Well, what about dude over here though? You know?
Well, he went to college and
He has two. They always gotta get them 2 kids. He had 2 kids, 3 kids. He's such a nice guy.
Shit.
But what the fuck? What did he do with his prior life though, man? Life.
Diddy has kids.
You know what? Yeah, exactly. And he was a devil. I mean, he's a devil.
Son is a devil too.
His son, yeah, both. I believe both his sons are. But you see, that's the thing about it, though, man. Oh, and then speaking of that, there was a woman that came onto this YouTube platform, talked about she went to one of those Diddy parties, though, and that one of Diddy's sons, though, she didn't name who it was, though, was trying to invite her to somewhere, though, and then she called the little people, you know. And she saw a lot of little people there. And she was really shocked. That's what she said, though.
Little kids.
That's what she called them, right? And it was like, what the hell? But she said one of Diddy's sons might have. So you see, like, the apple don't fall far from the tree anyways, though, man.
And there's nothing that Yahweh won't uncover.
Exactly, though. So next it'll probably be one of Diddy's sons, too, that, you know, get charged for something, though.
So just remember, like, if things happen to you and me, it's to better us. And if it happens to you too, it's to better you. Like, let's say something happens and, you know, let's say for example, a dog bit me. well, what the fuck was I doing? That's the first thing I think.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm sorry, man. What did I do? Right?
Yeah.
That's why I think when I'm sick, I'm like, I start praying and I'm like, oh man, what did I do to you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I too though, because I'm like, damn, this messed up down. Must have done some shit, you know?
And then you start getting better.
Yeah, because I'll get this perfect scripture real quick too. Micah 7 and 9, it says, because this is what what we do, right? It says, I will bear the indignation of the Most High because I have sinned against him. Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. See? Because it says that we will bear his indignation of the Most High, because we have sinned against him, though. So we hold ourselves accountable for the things that we've done, though, you know?
Indignation is like when someone's mad at you.
Like a righteous anger, though.
Yeah.
So, when something happens, though, I always think about this precept right here, Micah 7 and 9, because it's like, I must have done some shit, though, man.
That's right.
And hopefully he has mercy, though, you know?
And when I'm feeling down and kind of depressed, I read the scriptures. I learn something new all the time that I read them. And then it changes my perspective on how I'm looking at the situation. And then everything gets better.
Exactly, though. Because that's being called a man, though. Because you hold yourself, you own up to the plate. You know, how many people actually own up to the plate, though, man?
I can tell you all women don't.
Oh, hell yeah, they don't hold themselves accountable.
They'll
Jake
fucking
women.
lie and make it worse.
Yeah, they never hold themselves accountable. Even the women that backdoor Jake and shit, man, they set him up and shit, and they still don't get charged for it, though. It's like,
Yeah.
bitch, you set him up to get killed, though.
And then they say, oh, it's just my job. I did it so I can be free.
Get the fuck out of here.
No remorse.
Yeah, exactly, though. It's wicked, man. These women are wicked, though. Yeah, because, well, speaking of women, though, I think right here in the same priest, it talks about that the woman will be,
Adversary.
oh, yeah, it's right here. The next precept, this is the spirit, though. Micah 7 and 10, it says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Most High thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now she be trodden down as mire of the streets. And that's going to come to you fucking women like that, man.
You know what mire is? It's shit.
Like muddy
Horse
shit, yeah.
Because
it's
the horses is the main transportation.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool, yeah. You be shitting while walking,
All
though.
the time.
See, and that's the spirit, because that was the next precept of the one I read prior before. And that's you woman, though, man. You woman, you're gonna, you're gonna humble down real quick, though, when shit starts hitting the fan even more and more and more, as it already is, though, you know? Hey, maybe that little girl, man, was a wicked ass woman before her prior life, though.
You know she was.
You know? Shit. And she had to see that. Maybe she had someone set up back in the day, back in her lifetime, had someone set up, though, where they got killed, though. So, like, okay,
That's
you know?
a perfect explanation. That makes actually perfect sense, because let's say she did. Well, now she has to witness what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Now she got to see how old she is,
Now you got to see what the fuck you did.
how it's at your other lifetime, though.
That's what happens. when
Yeah.
you do shit like that.
That's how the Most High works, like that. Okay, well, you did this shit in your life, well, see what happens in your next life, watch. You're
Yeah,
just gonna see.
yeah. She doesn't even know why the fuck that happened.
Yeah. Exactly, though, like we were talking
Probably
about,
can't even close her fucking eyes.
without imaging that shit in her head, though, yeah, without closing her eyes,
Now when
though.
she hears gunfights on TV,
You see how it goes for 4th of July for her.
oh man, she's fucked up. She's fucked up for real.
Yeah.
And that's good for her, because it's gonna teach her a lesson.
That's a life lesson, though. Sometimes they're harsh than others, though, but yeah, I mean, it's something for her to look at, too, though, and pay attention of things, you know?
Well, what the brother's saying is, you women that are at ease right now,
Yep.
setting brothers up left and right.
That's
Scamming.
wicked, though, man. That's wicked, though.
Oh,
You as worse as the shooter that killed him. You know?
And that's the real guilt. Because
Yeah.
now you incriminated the guy that shot him, and you killed that one. So two bloods are on your hands. Man,
That's bad, though, man. And that's how you women are nowadays, man. You set up your own Jake, though, to get killed, though, man.
And I got this. 1 Kings 11 and 9. And Yahweh was angry with Solomon because his heart was turned from the Lord, the power of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice. So here we go, Solomon fucking up because he was doing what women were telling him to do. And that's why you guys gotta get it. Twice. You saw him twice. Why are you fucking still doing it? So you know that's part of the reason why Yahweh is kind of mad. Because he was Solomon. But then he paid for all his sins on the cross and all our sins. And now we gotta stop fucking sinning and start being men of the word. Because that's his instructions right.
And that's the spirit, because the camp lesson is how should I suffering. That's what I was gonna get into though, you know? But yeah, that was gonna get into because he suffered though, you know?
For us, we gotta suffer back for him.
Yeah, exactly though. We gotta suffer though, man. Because Yahushua did though, which that same woman that talked about those people that got killed in that thing, she said, and she's like, you know, had no foot and shit, she had ballasts, and she goes, what she call him Jesus though, she's like, Jesus, if you're on that cruz, why not, you know, what the fuck am I to speak up on, you know? Like,
yeah,
and this lady's coming from like, no leg and fucking, yeah, peg, you know, like.
Speaking in her own wisdom.
Yeah, and it's like, what do me to suffer though, you know? She's all, he wants to take me, he's gonna take me, then that's it.
And then remember that
You know?
pastor from Arizona that got fucking shot in his head? Still went out there. After he fucking healed. And he forgave the shooter. Now, I'm gonna say this about it. I give him props. Kudos to that. And that's what I think about when I say stuff like, man, I'm hurting, or man, I feel bad, or I'm kind of sick today. I'm like, man, I could have got shot in the fucking head.
And then look at that guy that got shot in the head.
And that guy got shot in the head.
And he got killed though. He didn't survive from that.
But and then look at the bad things that are happening in Israel, like the land of Israel, or over there. Fucking kids getting blasted, all kinds. And then women fucking blasting men. Those Israeli women carrying guns.
Yeah.
Talking shit to the men.
They're talking shit like they fucking men though, you know?
Yeah, they're gonna get it too. So we can't go home without everything being fucking clean.
Yeah, that's why the guy that hit over there too, an American over there too, because the cleaning though, you know,
And
through the
that's
fire.
next. Once these BRICS nations are done with the fucking dollar, they're gonna be like, you know what? Let's break this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because dollar is currency is only as strong as the government's military. So they're gonna break the fucking military. And you know what, man? If a country is spending more than you, and you're spending all your money on military, they're spending their money on military. So they're spending more money on their military to match your military.
Yeah.
They're coming together, man, against you.
And that scripture, you know, I think it's believed in Jeremiah, they will hate the Lord, will burn the Lord. Yeah. And that's it's to come though, you know? So that guy that talked to you earlier, he's like, oh, bad times are coming. Like, hey, man,
bad times are coming.
you don't even know, man. Hey, you don't even know, like, bad times are coming even worse though, you know?
We'll be kept.
Yeah. God, you got a precept?
No.
So, done?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. All right. So with that, hopefully camp was edifying. It was the spirit though, you know, and his brother though. His brother told me that story, inspired. You know, let's just talk about that. You know, because it was spiritual though. You know, that guy to come to him, and we made a whole camp lesson out of it though. You know. So, but first and foremost, we of course want to give all praise and glory to and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and at Akim that out there that are pushing this truth. So with that, we want to say shalom, man.
Shabbat shalom, the
Right now.
the Sabbath.
Yep.